As things stand, the Boston Celtics are sitting pretty atop the Eastern Conference standings with a 34-12 record, which is also the best record in the NBA as a whole. That being said, the trade deadline is staring them right in the face, and they will have some decisions to make. February 9th, this year's trade deadline date, is just under 3 weeks away, but with how well the Celtics have played, it seems relatively unlikely that they will make any major moves. However, a fan wrote into MassLive's Brian Robb's mailbag asking about a potential John Collins trade with the Atlanta Hawks. What are your thoughts on trading for John Collins from Atlanta? Sounds like his price has dropped considerably. We need more of an inside scoring presence, and with his age he is on the same timeline as the two Jays. Trade some combination of Gallinari's salary, along with Pritchard and Grant Williams, as well as a couple second-round picks, and others needed for salary matching purposes. Or even a straight-up trade of D. White for Collins? Pritchard can then take on most of White's role, minutes, and would have another inside presence. Collins could then learn to be a much better player under Horford. Thanks, Keith, a fan wrote. But first, if you are new to the Celtics news channel, take advantage and subscribe so you don't miss the latest news that happens in the world of basketball. We are always bringing you firsthand here. Enjoy and like this video, so that YouTube continues to bring you the latest Celtics news in the world of basketball. While the thought of adding Collins to an already stacked Celtics roster may sound fun, Rob shut down the idea almost immediately due to the logistics of a potential deal. It feels like Collins is going to be joining the Miles Turner Hall of Fame of yearly trade candidates who never get moved pretty soon, Rob wrote. You propose a couple of interesting hypotheticals though. His age and skill set do make sense for Boston, but his salary, $23.7 million, is a lot for what he does. The Pritchard, Grant, Gallinari filler package is probably something the Hawks wouldn't go for and would be tough to pull off with the number of players involved. Atlanta would need to trade a lot of other guys to open up roster spots, so I don't see them going for something like that. A White for Collins trade is a fun debate, but that feels like the kind of deal that both sides would say no to for different reasons. White has some of the best on-off numbers of anyone on the Celtics this year, and the team really needs his defense in the backcourt more than Collins' scoring upside. On the flip side, I can't see the Hawks trading a starter in Collins for White when they already have DeJounte Murray and Trae Young logging huge minutes in their backcourt. The Celtics haven't been connected to Collins in trade rumors this year, and that's likely for a reason. Can't see them doing some major like this to disrupt their rotation. With all of Boston's success this year, it seems extremely unlikely that they decide to trade a rotational piece at this point, and if they wanted to land Collins on his current contract, that's exactly what they would have to do in order to match salaries. Celtics lose trade asset ahead of deadline. Trading for Collins seems unlikely, but the Celtics could still look to make a move. However, as noted by Keith Smith of Celtics blog and Spatrack, they just lost one of their trade assets, the Juancho Hernangomez TPE. The Boston Celtics' $6.90 traded player exception from the Juancho Hernangomez deal last January 19 has expired. Boston has a $5.9 million TPE from the Dennis Schroeder deal that will expire on February 10. Celtics also have a $3.2 million DPE for Danilo Gallinari. That's good through March 10, tweeted Smith. Celtics unlikely to make trade. In addition, it seems unlikely that the Celtics will choose to make a trade at all this year. According to Smith, the Celtics plan on staying active in the buyout market rather than the trade market. Various sources told Celtics blog that they expect Boston to be a top destination on the buyout market, Smith wrote for Celtics blog. One source said, they don't need to make a trade. Why bother? They don't need anything. Brad Stevens already gave Joe everything he needs. And that Danilo Gallinari exception, disabled player exception, will allow them to outspend everyone else for a buyout guy. They can let the deadline pass and then just pick off the best free agent or two for playoff depth. And vets will all want the Celtics because they can get paid and they can win.